South Asia is heating up again, and this time, the stakes are higher than ever. On one side, China and Pakistan strengthening their strategic bond. On the other, whispers of support from the United States, India, and even Israel around Afghanistan. But what's really happening behind closed doors? Is China backing Pakistan to counter instability spilling from Afghanistan? Are America, India, and Israel quietly recalculating their influence in the region? Or is this another high-stakes geopolitical chess match where Afghanistan becomes the board once again? Afghanistan isn't just a country, it's a gateway to Central Asia. Whoever shapes its future gains leverage over trade routes, security corridors, and regional power balance. China wants to protect its Belt and Road investments. Pakistan seeks strategic depth and stability. America doesn't want to lose influence entirely. India watches carefully to secure its borders. And Israel? It always plays the long strategic game. The real question is, are we witnessing the beginning of a new silent proxy struggle? Because in global politics, nothing is accidental. Number 5. Israel's strategic role in the Afghanistan equation. What if Israel is playing a deeper role in the Afghanistan equation than most people realize? While the world focuses on China, Pakistan, and America, Israel moves quietly, but strategically. Israel has long-standing security cooperation with India, strong defense ties with the United States, and growing concerns about extremist networks gaining strength in unstable regions. For Israel, Afghanistan isn't just a distant conflict zone. It represents a potential security ripple effect, one that could influence militant movements, intelligence networks, and regional alliances. If instability rises, global terror networks could reorganize. If new alliances form, Israel's strategic calculations must adapt. The real question is Israel directly involved, or simply ensuring that the balance of power never shifts against its interests? In geopolitics, silence often speaks louder than statements, and Israel has mastered the art of strategic silence. Number 4. America's strategic comeback in Afghanistan. What if the United States never really left Afghanistan? Yes, troops withdrew. Yes, Kabul fell. But influence in global politics isn't just about boots on the ground, it's about strategy. After 2 decades of war, America may have stepped back militarily, but it hasn't stepped away strategically. Washington still watches every move, from China's expanding influence to Pakistan's shifting alignments. Because Afghanistan sits at the crossroads of power, Central Asia, South Asia, and the Middle East. If China strengthens its footprint there, America's global balance shifts. If instability spreads, extremist networks could resurface, threatening US interests and allies. So the real question is America planning a silent comeback through alliances, intelligence, and regional partnerships? In geopolitics, withdrawal doesn't always mean defeat. Sometimes, it's just repositioning. Number 3. India's strategic watch on Afghanistan. What if India is watching Afghanistan more closely than anyone realizes? For New Delhi, Afghanistan is not just a distant neighbor, it's a critical piece of regional security. In the past, India invested heavily in Afghan infrastructure, development projects, and diplomatic ties. But after the Taliban's return to power, the equation changed overnight. Now, every move in Kabul matters. If instability rises, it could impact Kashmir. If Pakistan gains strategic depth through Afghanistan, India's Western Front becomes more complicated. And if China expands its footprint, India faces pressure from both sides. That's why India isn't acting loudly, it's acting carefully. Humanitarian aid, quiet diplomacy, strategic partnerships with the US and Israel, all part of a broader calculation. The real question is India preparing for a long-term balancing strategy in Afghanistan? Because in South Asia, security is never accidental. It's planned. Number 2. China and Pakistan's expanding strategic axis. What if the real power shift in South Asia is happening between Beijing and Islamabad? China and Pakistan have long called their relationship an all-weather friendship, but today, that partnership looks more strategic than ever. With billions invested in CPEC, China cannot afford instability near its economic corridor, and Pakistan, facing internal and border security challenges, needs strong backing, politically, economically, and militarily. Afghanistan sits right next to this equation. If chaos spills across borders, CPEC projects could be at risk. If rival powers gain influence in Kabul, China's regional strategy faces pressure. That's why Beijing and Islamabad are increasing coordination, intelligence sharing, military exercises, and diplomatic engagement. But the real question is this partnership purely defensive, or part of a larger plan to reshape regional power balance? Because when China and Pakistan move together, the region pays attention. Number 1. Afghanistan, the battlefield of global power. What if Afghanistan was never just a war zone? but a global power battlefield. For decades, this rugged land has witnessed empires rise and fall, from Cold War rivalries to the war on terror. But today, the game has changed. Afghanistan now sits at the center of a new strategic contest. To the east, China watches closely. To the south, Pakistan calculates its moves. To the west, Iran observes carefully, and beyond the oceans, America, India, and Israel assess their long-term interests. This isn't just about territory. It's about trade routes, intelligence networks, mineral resources, and regional dominance. Whoever influences Afghanistan influences the crossroads of South Asia, Central Asia, and the Middle East. The real question is, will Afghanistan stabilize and become a bridge between regions, or will it once again become the silent trigger of a larger geopolitical struggle? Because history has proven one thing: what happens in Afghanistan rarely stays in Afghanistan. So what does all of this mean for the future of South Asia and the world? China and Pakistan strengthening their axis, America recalibrating its strategy, India watching every move carefully, Israel maintaining silent calculations, and Afghanistan, once again, standing at the center of it all. This isn't just about politics. It's about power, influence, security, and the next global balance shift. The alliances we see today may define the conflicts, or the cooperation, of tomorrow, but one thing is certain: in geopolitics, nothing happens by accident. Every move is calculated. Every silence is strategic. The question is, who is really shaping Afghanistan's future? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more deep geopolitical breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe. Because the world is changing, and we are here to decode it.